This guy. Yeah, I'm telling you, we looking forward, right? Going forward, looking forward, going forward. If nobody rich really want to see you rich, okay? That's when you know a pyramid scheme and pyramid scheme. We got this great product. You want to buy it? Try it out first. Sample it. It's great, right? Yeah, go buy it. But not only buy it, you can even sell it and make a lot of money. See? Why do people who barely know you want you to make money so bad? Nobody with money cares about you making money, a lot of money. Okay. Because what I'm speaking about is a lot of money. These pyramid schemes, all these promises, and what you're seeing with these guys. We're not talking about people that just want to, politicians, educators, your relatives, supporters, family, relatives, friends that want to see you, kids that want to see you work and you make some money for yourself. Take care of yourself. We ain't talking about that. That's a genuine want for your brother and sister, your brethren, right? Your sister. Right? You want to see them working. But when people want you to be rich and have all this money, that's normally a scam. Okay. When they want to see you working and providing for yourself, that is oftentimes genuine. When they want to see you rich, like them, allegedly, yeah, most often that's a scam. All right. Yo, the PPP loan. Yeah, when people start directing you to a bag, it's either a scam or a serious felony. All right. It's against the law, most likely. Where's my call?
My name is Davon Copeland. I'm from Pitt.
Oh, by the way, this upload, now these are old testimonies, right? So-called testimonies. But this upload was today. So his wife or somebody that's taking care of his channel had uploaded this today. Come. So this upload, this compilation is was done today. I think it was. I've seen the testimony before. I don't think it's a compilation. I think these were individual testimonies. But what I'm playing right now was uploaded today.
Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and I'm grateful.
This dude is clearly reading something. I mean, god damn! Like, what are these guys? Is there a YouTube ad where you pay? Hey, is there a YouTube ad where you pay these guys, $40 and just read something for 20 seconds? This guy is clearly reading.
For your program,
Look,
very helpful. You still working together. Credit score from the mids.
This
Thank
guy.
you, Brother Polite and his team for the credit restoration program. My name is Davon.
This dude's a horrible scammer, yo. Oh my god, that's why he'll never be on American Greed. He just was terrible at it. American Greed, like the scammers who were good. Look at this guy clearly reading.
Copeland. I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and thanks to Brother Polite.
My score has gone up 100.
Hey, yeah, listen. If you can get an average person 200 grand of money they don't got to pay back, they'll fix their own credit. Like they're not even worried about a credit score at that point. I got cash, right? I don't need a credit score to buy a house. I just buy the house. I can just buy the house flat out. I don't need a loan to. I can buy the car flat out, right? Or I don't need none of that stuff. Or my down payment is so high, it is a credit score not really going to affect me. So you really don't. There's no rush to get your credit score intact when you got 200 grand that you ain't got to pay back.
100 points, and I'm just super excited. And
I was in low fours. I'm gonna.
Yeah, we don't. People that's giving you $2,000, bro. They don't care about a credit testimony. They want to know about the bag. All right. So telling people that credit is up 100, 200, 1,000 points, that means nothing if that person got to pay 2 grand to get the credit fixed. They're not going to do that. But some desperate people probably will give you 2 grand if they have it to get 200 grand. You dig? All right.
Made 600.
My name is Mike. I'm originally from Rochester, New York, living in Houston now. And I was basically just giving a shout out to my brother PoLIFE for basically
I keep hearing 100 points. That means nothing if your credit score is 510 or 520 or 4. That means nothing. You're still not getting access to anything. If you go from 510 to 610, you still go, I think 660, you ain't getting nothing. You're still in the red. What are you talking?
keep, doing this for the community.
Slums. No.
Yeah, isn't this polite security guard? He doesn't count. This is polite security guard. Like, dude, the slums. What does that matter?
No, because if that happens, so much.
All right, so a little background. You see, I'm already 7 minutes in. So I truly believe that this relationship is toxic on both ends. I don't believe one is right over the other. I think they're both toxic. So let me just say that. So this is just a toxic relationship. That's why I'm like, black folks need to stay away from blacks. Like for about, the next 100 years, I guess, or 50 years, black folks need to entertain other cultures because maybe the animosity, the hatred, the trauma is it's not there. Also, I want to say, before I forget, if black men criteria for black women is too male chauvinistic or narcissistic or superficial, I mean, majority of black men come from single parent homes. So if we're, for the most part, raised by women, how come the women aren't prepping us for a certain type of women in their mind? Like, you know what I mean? Like if the women gonna be ratchet, why, and overweight and modern, then why aren't the mothers brainwashing their sons to go to treat these ratchet thoughts like queens? Like this is the criteria, this is the standard. How is men being raised by single parent moms interested in women, a type of woman that mom disapprove of? Like I just don't know how that's possible. If a dad plays a sport or plays a musical instrument or has a certain career, right? And he think it's good, most likely he's going to train up his kid to follow right in the shoes. So if dad's a great football player, or or he loves football and play football in some like junior college and high school, middle school, elementary, then most likely the son, and maybe even the daughter, is going to follow the footsteps. The daughter or son is not going to be a golf player, most likely. The daughter and son if they're going to do sports, they're not going to play soccer, most likely, or tennis. Most likely, they're going to follow if the parent is a track runner, woman or man, mother or dad. You dig? And they were very good at it. Most likely, the son or daughter, especially track, like if it's a mother that was good, and she has a daughter, like 9 times out of 10, her daughter's gonna run track. If the dad was a track runner and he has a son and he was pretty good, 9 times out of 10, the son gonna be a track runner. So how is that men are desiring women that's unbecoming to women? I just don't. That's just above my my thinking, the way I think. I just can't fathom that, man. Anyway, this is a toxic relationship. I think it goes both ways. You can't hear audio. Let me see. Why is the audio not playing? Wait, is my? No. Let me make sure no headphones are connected. You can't hear audio. Let me see. Okay, yeah. Let me check. Did I click the box? Why is the audio I didn't click the box. Not playing? All right, here we go. Wait, is my?
I get that.
And I'm on that lease.
Okay, I get
Now
that.
tell me.
I get that. I'm saying if
I was just saying, like, some background.
Let me see.
Okay,
Was
yeah. Told to go get the kid shot, the mom, I'm guessing, or somebody from the baby daddy. But this is a toxic relationship. It's on both part, in my opinion. Both the parents are toxic, the man and woman. Okay, and this just, I mean, why do black people even date each other? I mean, like if black men are so one way and black women are so one way, why do they even date each other? If it's that toxic, the women say the men are abusive, the men say the women are thoughts and unfaithful. So why date each other, man? Why put yourself through that stress? The women get abused according to them. The men get trapped according to them. Just go date another race, ethnicity, and the trauma, the hatred might not be there. You dig? Maybe that's why when black women date other races, they become submissive. Maybe that's why when black men date other women from different races, they start working all of a sudden, play less video games, less smoking weed. I don't know.
Just bear with me. Just bear with me for a
Y'all
second.
don't have to give me my child.
Just bear with me for a second.
Cause he ain't even on the birth certificate, none of that.
That's why when black women date other races, they become submissive. Maybe that's why when black men date other women from different races, they start working all of a sudden, play less video games, less smoking weed. I don't know.
Just bear with me. Just bear with me for a
Y'all
second.
don't have to give me my child.
Just bear with me for a second.
Cause he ain't even on the birth certificate, none of that.
That's why when black women date other races, they become. I said yesterday that I believe women purposely, especially the women who never plan to make the guy baby daddy. Like they never planned a future with this guy. They're just having sex, they enjoy the sex, and they end up becoming pregnant. I think these women purposely don't put the guy name on the birth certificate. One, they don't mainly because they don't want him involved. They don't, again, they barely know the guy. They just like the sex. That's it. And they don't want the guy to play a fatherly role. The guy they barely know, a guy who they barely like. They don't see him as, long term anything. And it provides leverage. The women believe for them. That's why they are quick, from what I've been watching. They are quick to tell the judge and tell the people in authority he's not even on the birth certificate. They're not saying he's not even a dad. They're not saying that. They're saying he's not on the birth certificate. So they acknowledge the guy as being the father, but he shouldn't have any say so about the kid's well-being because he's not on the birth certificate. I mean, I guess he's not if you didn't put him there, but that's some diabolical shit there. Anyway, let's continue.
Bear with me for a second. I can go over there, I can talk to him and ask him to give me the kid and I'll give him to you. But if you go over there and you try to rip the kid from the dad's care, from the house, worst thing scenario, someone... Can you let me talk? Can you let me talk? Can you let me talk? Can you just let me talk? Can you let me finish? I understand your frustration, and I'm not saying you can't go over there, but last thing we want to do is for you to go over there, someone puts their hand on someone, and now someone's getting arrested. Okay.
Custody stuff here. The most
no,
we
it's
can
not
do
forced
is
custody stuff.
No.
We just the last time she had called the police to come over here, the police told her just call us over here and we'll get your baby.
Yeah.
Because they always had a shit going on. He gets mad. She don't want to with him no more. He holds the baby from her.
So y'all need to. This comes back to y'all need to go to court.
Court.
And
They
have
need
a
to go to
custody
court, but
agreement.
she has full custody of her baby though. That's what I'm saying. She just
Does
left
he ever
over.
let the baby visit?
Huh?
Does he ever let the baby visit him?
Did she let the baby visit him? Yeah. Sometimes.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what he's going to argue when we try to take this baby is that, oh, she lets me have the baby all the time.
But
so therefore,
they need to go to court, but she has
free. It's known that he can have access to the child. So that's what I'm saying.
Right,
that's what he's going to
what
argue.
Right.
I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm saying that's what he's going to argue with.
I just showed y'all proof that my friend just called me over here to come get my child.
All right, stay with my partner. I'm gonna go talk to him and see if he wants to give the kid to you. But again, if he tells me go kick rocks, like I said, I can't take the son away from his biological father.
Okay, well I ain't gonna lie, it's gonna be a problem because I'm going over to get my child.
I would not suggest you do that because the last thing we want to do,
But I'm letting you know.
the last thing we want to do is to arrest
I don't
someone.
get no none of that.
Now, these same women are being raised by that same parent, and like as the guy, and like look at the attitude. I mean, so should the woman stay with the guy if he's abusive or a drug addict? Try your best to assess the guy. Won't you ask the guy's relatives about him, his friends, his coworkers, if he work, because a lot of these women they guys don't work. Matter of fact, let me show you this. This dude, okay, so this dude ain't paying rent in 9 months, right? So they are evicting his ass, right? They bars in his house, they evicting him, right? On the spot. Look at the house he kept. Look at this.
Dirty. Everywhere's dirty. Get this shit out.
Yeah, look at this. Hold on.
That place was completely dirty.
Look how he living. He got air mattresses there. This dude living in a trap house. Look at this.
Don't buy no bed, man. Air mattress. I guarantee
Air
he's
mattress.
probably smashing some cheeks in this
No
air
sheets.
mattress.
Covered everything.
Some of your cheeks out there are gonna spread it.
Nothing but weed smoke in that
All
house.
these guys did.
We smoking video games.
Look at it.
No cooking. Of course, he's ordering out.
Look at everyone in a mess. Can't afford his
Crazy.
clothes, air mattress.
Drinks
He's
and food
dusty.
everywhere. And you got the whole hood living there.
Bathroom dirty. Look at how dirty this bathroom is.
Bathroom is still taller
Look
than
at,
dusty.
he hasn't washed this bathroom. Look at how dirty. He's a pig. And some of your cheeks are gonna come out here, get smashed, and go take a shower in this dirty ass shower. By this pookie. Secrets on the floor. Good job, guys. Good job. Look at it. This is where some
All right, now this filthy guy ain't paid rent in 9 months. Watch this.
of your cheeks are getting smashed.
Oh yes, he has a girlfriend. Hey yo, yo, you cannot make this up. You cannot make this up. He got her living in this filth. Is she saving him? Is she saving him from the filth? Like, come on. Look at this.
There you go.
Yep. Yeah, these guys don't be single. Like these dusty dudes with no life, the women, the guys, the women hate to be fathers. They love them to be lovers. They just hate them to be fathers. But it's kind of ironic because they chose them to be fathers. Like they literally chose. They said, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to bring the baby to term. I'm going to have this baby. He's going to be a father. But then they hate him afterwards for being a father. And then they tell the kid the father's no good. Yeah, but the father's no good before you chose him to be a father. The kid ain't know that, but you knew that. But you act like you didn't know that, therefore the kid think you didn't know that. And the kid thinks that the father just became a no good person, because that's what a no good father is supposed to be. A guy who was there, but once the kid arrived, he changed course, right? He started to not care and not be there. That's what a deadbeat's supposed to be. But what is it called when the guy was no good from the very beginning? And he didn't want to be a father. And she said, nah, I'm bringing this baby. We're going to have this baby. And you're going to be a father. I mean, it's just, but we can't talk about this, right? We can't, and girls don't want, women don't want to talk about it, and guys too afraid to talk about it because the women ain't going to support you, and you're gonna be there. Well, one thing about me that you guys should know, I give my opinion. You're right. I don't think I'm purposely one side. I don't think I'm purposely biased on anything. I think I have thoughts. I have feelings about my thoughts, just like you do. And when you give your opinion on your feelings about things, I just say, hey, that's how so and so think. When I give my opinion about things, I'm a narcissist. I'm a this and that, all these titles, whatever. But I continue to give my opinion anyway. Don't give a damn. All right. So let's go back to the drama. It's toxic ass relationship. Young kids too.
My child.
Don't be able to. Hope he will give her the free.
Let me know in the chat if the audio cuts out.
No, because they gonna search him and he ain't got no gun on him. And then what? He gonna put that up. They gonna have to catch it on his person. That's how shit happens.
Hey, listen, y'all just hang tight, okay? Stay in the car.
Where's Dad? I'm sorry, what's his name again?
You upstairs.
And hear the audio. The baby mothers is telling the cops that he has a gun on him. Y'all caught that? Pretty much setting them up to die. I mean, like they have this much hatred for the baby dads. They want the guy dead. He got a gun on him, and they know how the relationship between cops and black men, especially young men. But we can't talk about it. Like niggas just scared to talk about it, and women just neglect it. They just don't want to talk about it. They want to act like this doesn't exist. Well, I'm gonna talk about it.
Yeah, you wanna?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Can you just tell me to come down for a second?
We had to get him.
All right, man. So, is there any way that? So how often does she come and drop off to get? How often, like, do you see him?
Look, long story. Look, no, I'm gonna tell you the whole story.
Jesus.
My son, no,
just
We have him for
listen,
like two. We
no,
be having
listen.
him for 3
My
or 4
son
months at a time.
come here for at least a month or two,
I got you.
if not longer, and then she
Gotcha.
get him back for maybe a week or so.
Okay, just
Call me.
Do you mind just
Call
keeping
me
it
to
down a
get
little
him
bit?
back.
Don't-
She
yeah,
called me to
yeah,
get
we
him
don't-
back
yeah.
again, just to go out and have fun. She don't never have her baby,
Okay.
and every time I get my
Alright,
son back, he's sick.
All right, so just let me finish. So I told her, so because you guys do share custody, I told her I'd come over here to talk to you, see if you were willing to let the kid go with her. Is that something that you would be okay with, or
Tonight, no.
Tonight, no.
I want
Okay,
to keep
totally
him
fine.
safe and sound.
So-
I know he got somewhere perfect.
Gotcha. Totally cool, no worries. I'm gonna tell you the same thing I told her. If you guys kind of want to stop this whole feud going on, I would suggest going to court, filing for some sort of shared custody thing where you get them on certain days, she gets them on certain days, XYZ. So that way we avoid this whole thing. She obviously wasn't too happy when I told her that. I told her if she tries, does she live here?
No.
She doesn't live here. Okay.
She's doing all this because I'm not with her.
Okay. Yeah, I told her the same thing, that if you guys kind of want to resolve this whole issue, to go to court, file some sort of court order for the shared custody thing. I mean, other than that, yeah, I really got.
Man, if you don't, technically in Illinois, the
Oh,
woman
I mean,
has
I know.
full custody
Even
without
though
a
she's a
decree.
deadbeat.
Doesn't matter.
It's
That's up to the judge to
that's
decide.
still biological,
So
mom.
yeah. So
Both sides. If the woman's no good, she always got support from her cousins and mother. If the guy's no good, he has support, but none nearly as much as the woman. The woman issues are largely ignored by her relatives and friends and everybody. Like, she's pampered and she's treated like she is really the victim, and there's nothing wrong with how she took care of her kid. Come.
Yeah.
that's why we're telling you have to go to court and do that, right?
Go to court.
Yeah.
You can avoid all this
Yeah,
mess, 'cause this is
I would.
ridiculous.
Has this been an ongoing issue?
Yes.
It just started.
It just
like,
started.
maybe
Let's
like
hope
2
it's
weeks
the
ago.
end of it. And like I said, man, as soon as you can, I'd go ahead and do that to avoid all this. Because the last thing I want to do, like I said, is for it to get uglier, and now we're leaving with someone in cuffs, So I mean, yeah. Other than that, man, I'm sorry. Did I get your ID by chance, man? No. Do you have that with you?
Upstairs somewhere.
Like, upstairs, no words. I mean, I just got to document that I spoke with someone.
Yeah, I got a whole bunch of niggas.
All right. I'm sorry, I didn't give you back your ID.
That ID trick is a lie. They want to search for warrants. So you don't have to give them ID. You only give ID if you're suspected of a crime. And, that's it. They have articulable reason to get the ID from you. They violate your Fourth Amendment. So officer, I don't have ID. It's in the house somewhere. It's in the car. It's at my job. It's in my locker, whatever. But here's my name. My name is Tyrone Biggums. And they run that. I mean, my name is Tyrone. You ain't gotta give a last name. You ain't gotta give no name. You ain't gotta give no name. Now I have my ID on the officer. What's your name? Well, she's gonna tell anyway. So you might as well just, so the officer won't be biased against you, especially in this situation. Like the officer being fair, so you might want to give him your name and ID. And that's my best guess. Like you might want to give him your ID, being that he's being fair in your situation. He could be nasty and be in favor of your baby mama. So I personally, for me, assess the situation. Officer is fair, is cordial. I can't get my ID, knowing I got no warrants. And that's it. I'm not going to be rude to the officer, nasty when he's being fair. When you do that, now you're going to have him, on demon time inside of with your baby mama. Okay.
There's that.
What happened after?
So I talked to him. He said he doesn't want to give the baby back tonight. So I'm gonna tell him the same. I'm gonna tell you the same thing I told him. If you guys want to,
No.
stop. Wait, stop.
Stop.
Just listen.
Let me go. I don't care.
You're gonna go to jail, and then you're not gonna get him. Stop doing that. What I just tell you, we be going.
Let me go.
Can you just listen to me for a second?
Listen.
Listen.
This is how this gonna go.
Can you let me talk?
Listen.
Can you let me
This
talk?
is how this is gonna go. We're gonna go get him. Okay. He's gonna get. Listen. He's gonna get you case number. Listen.
He ain't even on a birth certificate. Y'all telling me that
Let me know when
y'all
you're
talking
done.
about biological father. Y'all don't even know if he's the biological father or not.
Let me know when you're done.
What the
Told you, man. Yo, these mothers are demons. Y'all don't even know if he's a biological father or not, but you're giving him this son for days and weeks like he's the biological father. And that's no different than a guy paying child support like he's the biological father. And it turns out he's not the biological father, but he still remains on child support. So it works both ways. Says you gave him the kid to watch him like he's the biological father. So the court and the officer is going to treat him like he's the biological father. You dig?
Stop real quick. Let me talk to you real quick. Because this is how this goes for real. They not playing this how.
That sounds like a stud in the background. Just in my opinion. Nothing, not yay or nay. I'm just saying. Sounds like a stud in the background.
This goes for real, nigga. They're gonna give you a report number. You're gonna call that number. You're gonna go get a restraining order so you can go get your baby. Prove that you have proof of your custody.
Look at this shit. It's always giving them game for negativity. What about the game where don't give him don't give him the kid because you want to party? How about don't go party, smoke weed and drink? How about raise your kids? It's always advice when it goes south, when it goes left, right? When it's negative. That's the game you want to give. Not to be a caring mother and take care of the kid and don't go out. Nah. Nope. They're filth. I hope this ain't Black Girl Magic. I hope it's not Black Girl Black Magic. I don't know.
Your baby because
Black Girl Rainbow Magic. I don't know what this is. But again, like when Black women don't speak out against this, not publicly. Well, a few do. This sister right here does right here, and it's for somebody else. She does, and the wife should put me on somebody who does. And you got Pearl who does, the white girl. I was with Fresh and Fit, so but she's not Black. But you got some women out there who hold women accountable for their crazy ass actions. But largely, majority women don't hold each other accountable. Definitely not publicly, definitely not largely. But I appreciate it when they do. But this woman want to give her the game. They did on some negative shit.
right now, it's not gonna happen right now. It's not gonna happen right now.
Motherfuckers just called me over here to come get my child. When I'm waiting for my child, motherfuckers come out with a whole bunch of motherfuckers. Talk about they want to fight.
Right, and I understand.
Fuck.
I understand.
Are you
that.
serious?
And it's okay.
Is it my turn to talk?
Go ahead, son. Just let him finish. Go ahead, son.
So the same thing I told him I'm going to tell you. because he is biological dad, we can't take the kid from him.
And they can't do that, bitch. That's by law, bitch. They can't.
They don't even know if you're the biological dad.
It's different if mom says, okay, come pick him up, but if dad doesn't want to, respectfully, mom doesn't have a say in that. We can't just take, or you can't just take, we can't just take him because mom said come get him.
Okay, I can take him.
Because mom is certainly not the biological dad. Stupid.
He has the same. He has the same parental rights as you do. Is what we're saying.
That's what I'm saying.
No, he does not.
Just like you.
But he does not.
No,
Like, you heard her? Yeah, you heard it, right? You heard it. Both of us had this kid together. I chose this guy who I disagree with and don't like, I dislike, to be the baby father. I could have unchose him. I could have prevented him from being a baby daddy. Protection. I could have never even had sex with him. Or I could have had unprotected sex with him and had the baby, got some plan B, or had the baby terminated and chose him not to be the baby daddy. But I consciously, soberly chose him to be the baby daddy. Okay. And somehow he does not have the same rights as myself. She believed that shit. And she largely believed it, in my opinion, my best guess, because he's not on the birth certificate. Which auntie told you to do that?
No, he's not on the birth certificate by law. He's not. He don't have rights. Once he knows he's a dad, the police can't have. The police can't do nothing about it unless you go through the court.
If you want to figure all this out, I would suggest getting a court order, filing some
bitch,
sort of
I told you
paperwork
to go early in the morning.
for
Bitch, you go early in the morning. It's okay, G. Let him have it. Let him have that. Let him have that. It's cool. You're gonna get your baby back tomorrow.
Go to court, get an order for full custody,
You're
shared
gonna get
custody,
your baby back tomorrow.
whatever
Bitch,
it is,
how much you wanna beg to get your baby back
you decide. But the way you're acting,
Just let him have that, G. It's cool. Let him have that. We gonna get your baby back tomorrow. And then it could be as fast as tomorrow. That's all we need. Can we please get the case number, please?
Yeah, I'll give you the incident number.
Give you the case
Yeah,
number.
yeah, that woman knows all about that. That's a shame, man. That's a shame. Where they are well versed and educated on being baby mamas. That's crazy. And getting kids back from the biological father. Like, he's just so terrible. But a lot of these women have bad choices who they have the kid around. And they don't want the kid around the baby father. But yeah, they don't want the kid around the biological father, but they'll bring the kid around a boyfriend or one of their male friends. And some of them be like polite type guy. That's interesting. Come.
Because it can happen as soon as tomorrow. Then you're going to get a restraining order out on him since he's trying to get people to jump on him. Because that's not how this goes.
And get a restraining order to keep the father from his child. Good information. These fucking 304s, man. These 814s. It's crazy.
Who is that?
557.
Who is that?
I don't fucking know.
The same bitch.
Yeah, that's fine.
557-5505.
He just-
5505.
Yeah, he came over here trying to open the fucking door. Girl. I don't know. I don't like this shit. I do not like this shit at all. Let him have this shit.
Lake County Circuit Court Clerk. I think it says you gotta open it up. This one. Lake County Circuit Court
It's okay,
Clerk.
Jared.
Circuit Court Clerk.
The living room. 514. Status.
Alright, so that's my name at the bottom, that's the incident number. On the inside, I underlined the number that you can call. Again, I would highly suggest you getting all that figured out with the judge, because, again, I feel like I'm just being a dead
As soon as tomorrow, though?
Yep, you can go as soon as tomorrow. It's open on, what's tomorrow, Wednesday,
No, I'm talking
Thursday?
about for the baby, though.
For what, I'm sorry?
I'm talking about for the baby, though.
As soon as they process the paperwork, the sheriff's deputies can come out here and affect that.
It's up and come get the baby, okay.
It's up to the judge. Really.
Yeah, but she got full custody of her baby. She got full custody of her baby, though.
I understand.
It's just we don't have no paperwork to show you that right now, so we can't go get the baby.
Let me ask you a question. How old is the baby?
My son is 2 years old.
2 years old. All right. I've seen this a lot, unfortunately. And my best advice to anybody is to go to court.
I've seen this a lot, unfortunately. I've seen this a lot with you Negroes. I'm white, but I seen you guys' problem because I was, Revolution Me said we should be trying to solve problems, give solutions. Well, Revolution Me, we got to first get the problem. And the officer said he's seen this problem quite too often. And look at the white man's solution. Watch this.
Seen this a lot. Ask you a question. How old is the baby?
My son is 2 years old.
2 years old. All right. I've seen this a lot, unfortunately. And my best advice to anybody is go to court. Not married, have kids. You got to go to court. You got to get a visitation agreement that's signed by a judge that specifically spells out dates, weekends, this night, that night, whatever. Because something like this always happens.
Yeah,
and when it does, and when it does,
I don't even understand how.
when it does happen,
I don't even
let me.
understand.
So the officer is giving great game. White guy. So Revelation and Me, there's the solution right there. That's one of it. All right. The white guy gave it. He's an officer, and you guys hate officers. But he gave her a great game, one air out the other.
When it does, whatever.
Like,
Because
how come
something like this?
How come the same information that he just gave her? How come the mom or dad didn't give it to her?
Always happens.
Yeah,
and when it does, and when it does,
I don't even understand how.
When it does happen,
I don't even understand none of this because
when it
he's
does,
not on the birth certificate legally. He has no rights to my son.
When it does happen,
Told you. I told you. I don't care what you Negroes say on this panel. Oh no, I don't bias. Like when I have an assessment or a theory, you don't have a theory. You got a hypothesis, if that. But if I have a hypothesis, it's no. But you guys have one, and it's the truth. Like, stop it. Like, I don't say anything. I'm past the arguing stage, but I'll be catching it. I'll be catching it. All right. So here we are.
we are in a position.
But they know that he's the daddy.
We
So
cannot.
they can't get into it. They can't even if he's not on the
We
birth.
cannot physically remove.
They can't take him.
We cannot physically remove a child from the place that it's at if the child is like safe and healthy.
Just shut up for a second.
You know what I mean? We cannot take a
They
child away
cannot
from
take
somebody.
him. They can't just run up in there and take the baby.
Without a court order. Without a court order signed by a judge, we cannot remove a child from wherever the child is at its present time while we're here. What's that?
But they don't want you to go to jail.
And you guys got to forgive me. This Safari browser, I see comments late and I refresh. So P Cedric, the Watcher, Decent, Keenan, and I'm not Zane. I'm not saying something wrong with smoking. Like that's a it's nothing wrong with gambling, nothing wrong with smoking, drinking. You know what I mean? If gambling, like I said, hanging out. All these things are little things that people like to do. That's cool if you do all these things responsibly. Got a problem with that. I got a problem with it when it's affecting your decision making. When it's affecting your success, right? So these guys in Black culture, a lot of these guys shouldn't be smoking or drinking or gambling, doing these things that affect their decision making and kill their drive to want to be successful. Give me this. No. Yeah, they kill their drive to want to be successful. And we see it. It's not. We see it in our culture. You know what I mean? Like we should have a rule where you can't smoke unless you're 21. In our culture, 21, because these teens, it's a very highly addictive drug. Just like alcohol is very. You could be an alcoholic, and everybody's tolerance is different. Somebody could smoke weed and never be addicted, can manage it easily. Some people could drink alcohol every day, literally every day, and never be an alcoholic. You dig? Some people can't. Some people drink once a week and they're done. You dig? Some people smoke once a week and they're done. They're addicted. And now they abuse it. So I said these vices should be left till you're 21 years old. Okay. Maybe even 25, because 21, you should be in college. You should be, interim. You should be all these things where you're not really in the career just yet. You're getting there. So it could stunt your inspiration, motivation, even then. So maybe 25, you should start drinking and smoking and gambling, doing these things that, because gambling has an addiction also that can ruin your life. You dig? So these addictive behaviors that we do, get down, that we do, we should maybe make when we're 25 when we got our career rocking and rolling, or some type of job or business rocking and rolling. You dig? Down, 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 down.
Yeah, because if you go to jail, they have to call DCFS and they have to do extra other shit. If y'all get into a fight tonight,
No, you can't.
DCFS over here, I'm gonna bitch your ass, bitch. And I'm not fucking playing. Don't mind me. Any bitch send DCFS over here is gonna be a motherfucking cop. I don't give a fuck about the motherfucking police being out here. Stop fucking grabbing me. Stop grabbing me. Stop grabbing me. Don't fucking grab me.
You can't.
girl, shut up. You too fucking grown. You too fucking grown.
Right? How the fuck you call me over here to go and to get my son? Now all of a sudden I can't get my son.
The mama's messed.
Nope. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. Nope. Stop. Please stop. You're gonna listen. You're gonna go to jail. You're gonna go to jail.
Now you're going to jail. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. Kick your people. Put your hands behind your back. That's it. We're not playing that. I got her on this one. Give me this one. No, she kicked me in the fuck. No, that's it. You're under arrest. Let's go.
I love cops do their job. Those cops need an award, yo.
Yeah, can you search your shit? Me right in my shit.
Yo, those cops need an award, yo. They did a great job. Oh yeah, that's assault.
You can put her right there in the Tahoe if she's good.
And make go for justice, gotta confront in the future. You use that. Very violent. She assaulted an officer. That's not looked upon too good to a judge.
557. I have one in custody.
557, one in custody. 2207.
Ask about a phone, maybe.
95, what's her 1138?
895, 25505, 25505.
We're done. You can leave now.
Can I get the did she throw the paperwork?
You can leave.
I know, I'm about to leave. Is she going to the Waukegan or is she going to Lake County?
No, she's going to Waukegan.
Okay.
Here, turn, face me. This is the easiest way to do it. Face me. Now put your butt in. Now slide in. There you go.
Can you my phone?
Ask about a phone. Maybe.
Do you have her phone?
Yeah. Here you go.
All right. Does there anything else that she needs, her wallet or anything like that?
No, tell her I'll be at the station for her. I'm
right.
sorry. Sir, I'm so sorry.
Good.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
That's her phone.
From the boys denied.
She kicked you?
Oh yeah. Kick me good. Right below my vest.
All right.
I'm gonna take it for battery. Here you go. This is her phone?
That's her phone, yeah.
She got nothing on her?
No. Do you stay here as well?
I'm mom.
Okay. If she comes, I don't think she will, but if she comes back again, just give us a call. Yeah, I'm sure as you heard, she kicked that officer back there, so now we gotta take care of that.
It's been an ongoing thing for the baby practically lived with me.
Yeah.
The baby been here since October last year.
Okay.
She homeless. She was staying here, but I don't do disrespect. You're not gonna disrespect me in my house. When I have company, you're not gonna be walking around here with your bra on and your shorts. And I got grown men up 45 and older up in here, you know what I'm saying? And kids up in here. Then you go disrespect me, send me a text, call me all kind of bitch, and I'm the one that was helping you.
Yeah, I hear
you. You know what I'm saying? Then you mad because my son don't want to be with you. That's why I told him to shut up and go upstairs.
Yeah, no,
That's what this is. Yeah.
That's probably what it busts. Like I said, I'm sure your son can hear us, but just remind him about the whole court thing. Get that taken care of. Yeah, get that taken care of as soon as possible. And if you guys have any questions, we'll get out of your hair, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, ladies. Hope you have a better night.
What was her name?
J something. She should be in there.
Okay.
Five 10-4, 2212. 299 message was received. Are you available to cover on the domestic?
Over there, put your chest on that wall. Yep, those are coming off. Me. Well, you'll be able to tell the judge that. But right now you're going to be charged with a felony for aggravated battery on a peace officer. You're going to have to go to bond court because it's a felony. You have to wait until 8 o'clock in the morning tomorrow.
Oh, felony. Yeah, you can kiss your hopes of corporate jobs goodbye. All right. Well, you better be a lash tech and do some lashes. It's over.
Spanish line for this gentleman.
She's here for ag bat.
There is a history of suspicious circumstances, domestic. He says that he thinks somebody's out to kill him. Is that what's near?
Yeah.
Good. You good? I'm just
You see them? Is there marks on there?
No, I don't think that.
Is there a foot mark?
Let me see. Oh, fucking my first shot. No, I don't think so.
897, cover on me.
I mean, maybe something on here, but I don't really see it.
Okay.
Was it on that side?
Initially, I was just gonna do this.
Yeah. So take your shoes off, take your socks, turn them inside out.
I understand, I kicked you, I understand all that part, I understand that.
You were literally like 3 seconds away from leaving. He was literally going to type a report and tell you how to get your kids back literally tomorrow. And you understood it. And just because we didn't cater to you and go and grab that kid immediately, you got upset.
That lady got to talk to his mom.
Ignore her.
Talking. And I'm like, I'm blue because I'm trying to get to her because I'm like, bro, you literally just called me over here to come get them. I have messages in my phone today.
Okay, but this is Illinois. You can't mutually combat in public. You can't fight people just because they're saying words. Even if we weren't there, you can't do that. If somebody sees it, it's disorderly conduct. Fighting in public, you can't do that here. You go to Michigan, you go to Wisconsin, you go to Texas, you can fight in public. You can say, hey, you and me gonna fight. You good with that? Yeah, we good. And you can fight and there's no crime. But here you can't do that. So when someone's talking about smack, you gotta let that roll. Use that in court with you. Say this girl was cussing me out. Use that in court. Get a restraining order against her too. But out there ain't the point to. Out there's not the time to argue it. Out there's not. Absolutely not. All right, you're gonna take off. You're gonna take off the jewelry, piercings, necklaces, rings.
Except for the nose ring.
Yeah, nose ring and the necklace.
I forget.
And then the hair tie on your wrist, that's gotta go in here. How old are you?
Because I'm 21, I just turned 21, and I've never been arrested. Y'all can see that. Never have to go to jail for shit no real. Because I don't do shit like that. That's what I'm saying. Like, I really did not mean to kick you. I was mad as hell trying to get to his ass and his mama because she's sitting up there talking like she didn't just call me over here to get my son. I have that in messages.
I understand, but if you had a gun and you say, shit, I was trying to shoot them, not that cop right in front of me, that ain't gonna fly either. That ain't gonna fly. Just because you get upset with your emotions, you gotta control that.
Right, and I understand that.
That's it. When that comes, get the paperwork that says he's not the dad, and then you'll have 100% full parental rights. But up until then, if they do, I'll let you know, and if you do, I'm gonna let you make your phone calls. That one. Yeah. There's a blanket in there. There's a water fountain right there, a toilet.
Yeah, I think this is the first time I watched somebody actually put, I don't know, maybe I watched it a long time, But I don't remember. I watch these shows all the time. Okay, more than probably all y'all combined. I don't think I ever seen somebody get put in a jail cell. I mean, he probably got put in one later, but it's like a process. It's the first time. I don't know, maybe in a while, but it seems like this is the first time I see somebody get put in a jail cell from getting arrested. Damn.
She was charged with 2 counts of aggravated battery of a peace
Damn, 2 counts.
officer, a Class 2 felony because she kicked a police officer in the groin while resisting arrest and battered a second officer by striking him with her car door. She was held on a $50,000 bond.
That chick ruined her career. And if the dad wants to get custody, she might have ruined her chances of becoming the primary guardian of the kid, primary custody. Wild ass, but 20, she's about to be 21, raised by a mother, most likely, maybe a dad, but most likely just a mom. And this is the product. These are the products. Even though boy, most likely he's a byproduct of a single parent home. Shit just don't work. So the solution, revolutionary need, is to avoid single parent homes. All right. Moving on.
What would you do if you had a child with a woman, the relationship did not work out, you wanted to keep the peace and didn't want to go through the court, so the two of you made an agreement to pay her $5,000 per month. After some years, you realized you had just been paying too much money, even more than if you had gone to the courthouse before a judge. So you go to the mother of your child and tell her you need to reduce child support because you can't continue to pay her $60,000 per year. Now, she's not happy with that at all. She's not agreeing with the reduction because that would mean that she would have to go out and get a job to replace the salary that you're paying her that's supposed to be child support. You go through the legal process and you're successfully able to get child support reduced. Now you're out headed to a work event to meet up with your colleagues and you get pulled over.
Yo, that is yo, these bum ass women be retiring from their jobs based on child support. That is crazy, man. 60,000 per year. Wow. Yo, ladies, yo, like my man said, buy porn stock. Pornhub is free. Dig, call girl. I don't know, man. Back pay. Leave these women alone, man. I just don't understand how people keep falling for this stuff, man. Crazy. Protection that bad? Damn.
Lock you up, you have no clue why, and you just don't know what's quite going on. You work every day, you're not up to anything illegal. What could possibly be the problem? Well, Young Jock, the host of the syndicated radio show Streets Morning Takeover, this recently happened to him. You've probably seen his mugshot going around the blogs. He's going to share his side of the story here. It's crazy, and talk about how he was recently detained because of his bitter baby mama making up reports, all because she was angry about her child support getting reduced. Take a second to make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. Click that notification bell for all updates. Won't waste any time. Let's jump into it.
But lawmakers would never make that a crime because, I mean, women's supposed to be equal, but there's so much inequality going on. So they're able to get mad at you. I mean, it's be called revengeful something. I mean, I can get mad at you and say you hit me, say you hit the child. I can do all this to ruin your life, and there's no repercussions, no serious consequences, and you know, definitely in liberal states. You already know that's what it's gonna be. That's crazy, man.
So yeah, man, I was actually sponsoring an event for the mayor of South Fulton. And I was going home to get dressed, and a lot of police department pulled behind me, and they ain't say nothing. He just walked up to the car. Now, interesting enough, you know, I'm sitting here like, well, what you put me over for? He never said nothing. He just grabbed me and said, I rolled down the passenger window. The female officer said, yep, that's him. I'm like,
what?
Yeah, I'm like, what? Then he came to the driver though, and he was like, so I'm asking you to get out of the car. I'm like, all right, I got a car. He just put handcuffs on me.
Right.
Then he was like, you might have a warrant. That was it. That's all he said. Then he put me in the back of the police car. They drove me out, took me to Wright Street. I mean, the pre-trial. No.
But you can't tell people what they're being arrested for?
You are supposed to.
Did they read you your rights?
No, never did. I never heard the rights.
You didn't hear the Miranda?
Never.
Never
did. So anyway, I'm gonna just tell y'all what happened. So people are saying this child abandonment, and people are trying to say that, oh, that means you didn't pay child support. Well, that's definitely what child abandonment means when you hear it like that. But in my case, that wasn't the case. So let's just say, without saying who the kid's mom is, because we're gonna keep that chill for a minute. So I've been paying so much money up ahead, right?
Right.
To stay ahead. Not just to stay ahead because I didn't want no smoke, right? So I paid a lot of money up. Once I realized, I felt like, you know what? I don't have to pay you this much money. It wasn't that I realized, it came to the point, like, yo, I'm about to get married. I gotta take my time and put finances toward, my wedding. But I had spent so much money on child support for this particular child, right? Now, that person got mad. The mother got mad and felt like, no, you're supposed to keep paying me this. I said, no, let's go to the lawyers. Let's get the attorneys involved, and we'll get a real, because we never established what I would pay per month.
Okay.
And let's just say I was paying her a salary. Let's just say that. I'm gonna be honest. This on my mama, okay? It's on all my kids' lives. I was paying her an upwards to $4,000 a month.
Oh wow.
Actually, $5,000 a month. I ain't really want to say that because I ain't want another kid and mom to be going in on them after they hear this, but that's the truth, and that's what it was. So when we did that, while we were in the process of establishing all of my information, my documents, I need to see your contracts. I need, when you're a celebrity, they going through everything when it comes to the attorneys. So when Christmas rolled around, I was like, look, we don't have an agreement. We don't have an agreement of what to pay. That's what we're trying to establish. So in the process of doing that, I said, well, hey, I give you $1,500 for Christmas. And the attorney said, no, that's not enough. So while my attorney and her attorney's going back and forth to establish this, they put this out on me. I didn't even know. I didn't even know I had a warrant, you know what I'm saying, for this. So here I am. I'm just living my life casually, still paying child support, you know what I'm saying? And suddenly they put out this child abandonment warrant because they did not want to accept the $1,500. So when I go to court, this is going to have to be reversed. It's going to be taken off my record because there was no point in time where there was any abandonment. There was no point in time where there wasn't child support. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So that's it in the gist of it. So for y'all with y'all, he ain't paying, he ain't taking care of his kid, that's a route kill.
Yeah, you had so many people in defense of you. They don't even sound like
People
John.
like my character, man.
Yeah, your character definitely supersedes all charges that the law can put on you.
But it is embarrassing because you have to figure out, and I think that's a lot of time when people get caught up and it hits the media, it hits the news. You want to say everything right, but you have to just fall back and let it chill out, let it die a little bit, talk to your attorneys, and then come forward because, here it is. I'm doing events. I just did a event after I got out with the sheriff's department.
Right.
How about that? Imagine this. I'm about to go do an event to speak to kids with 21 Savage. We're talking about at Clark Atlanta University, Young Jock, 21 Savage, the General Solicitor of Atlanta, Keith Gamage, other people, the sheriff, Pat LeBron, all these different people. Matter of fact, a judge, Kenya, it was a lot. So imagine me standing here like, wow, here I just got out of jail for something I didn't even do. But what if I had not got locked up that night before I'd have been with all these police with a warrant and not even known it? You know what I'm saying? So it's just amazing how something can just easily just bring your name into a whole world of negativity. And I ain't know none of that.
So now are you in the clear as it pertains to that?
Yeah, we're in the clear. I mean, you know what I'm saying? We've already established the whole child support thing and all that. So it's cool. It's just one of them things. It's like right now, some of my kids, we don't even to this day don't have a amount that the court, because the court ain't involved. Some of them one of my sets of twins, she felt like we got to get the court involved. I'm like, why? Let's just do our number and we stick to it. No, she wanted to get the courts involved. And the other twin mama, she felt like, you know what? It's cool. This the number we on, and that's what we did. And that's it.
That's a very, very embarrassing situation. Young Jock, a lot could be said about him, but he is a law-abiding citizen, never in any trouble, out here making an honest living.
What you think about that? He was trying to arrange payments without the court with some of his baby mothers, and they just like, nah, we're gonna do the court thing. Okay. Let's see what I got. All right, let me see what else I got. Guess I'll play another video. Nobody called in or hit the link, so let me entertain you guys. Give me a second.
He's the host of a syndicated morning radio show, and as you know, he was on his way to the event that he was hosting along with law enforcement, the mayor, not doing anything wrong. Pulled over for some BS, all because of his bitter baby mom was mad that she won't be able to cash in on that $60,000. As for Jock though, this is what happens when you're loose with your seed. These modern women are dirty. A lot of you think it's okay to spray your seed around and drop babies in multiple women, but they bring you nothing but headache, humiliation, and hardship. It's one thing that men will have relations with these women, but you have to remember to guard your seed. Don't go around getting them pregnant. Young Jock recently got married to his wife Kendra. She's an attorney, and they don't have any kids together, but Jock has 8 kids from previous relationships. His oldest son is about 22 years old. Then he has 3 kids with another woman and 2 sets of twins from 2 different women. I know I featured Young Jock here and comedian Shawty. Also, shout out to Miss Shanika too. And when that mug shot went out everywhere, I knew it didn't really make much sense because Young Jock has always been responsible for all of his kids. He never heard any issues. The internet clowned him that one time when he was campaigning with Pull Up and Go, a rideshare app where he was driving for them, and it was really a promotion. Social media flipped out and said Jock was broke and fell on hard times. And the craziest thing at that time, he had his morning show for years, getting paid a decent salary. So he didn't need to drive to make the money. But Jock also said that he wanted to send a message to kids to teach them about humility and that you're not too big to do the right thing by making an honest living. I remember at that time, he was saying that that's why a lot of kids and even adults go astray. They're embarrassed to work hard and to work certain jobs, so they end up doing things they shouldn't be doing and they find themselves in a lot of trouble. So let's go ahead and get the conversation started below in the comments. They're going to end up...
Facts.
Today we have a woman who filed a child support case in family court for her 6-year-old son. Her baby daddy didn't show up to court. Why? Well, you'll see here for yourself. Take a second to make sure that you're subscribed to the channel and click the notification bell for all updates. Won't waste any time. Let's go ahead and jump into it.
All right, the court's going to find that Mr. Jackson received notice of this hearing on October 31st of 2022. That notice was sent to the Texas Department of Criminal Justice. He's not here. You can go forward and call your first witness.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Based on the admission into evidence of State Exhibit A, the court's going to find that Mr. Tristan Jackson is the biological father of the child Kyson, and I'm now going to name him as the legal father.
Thank you, Your Honor. Do you have any estimate of how many number of times that would be in Kyson's, for Kyson to get to know him? Is Kyson kind of a shy child, or is he outgoing?
Miss Overstreet, why would we address the issue of visitation on somebody that's probably not going to get out of TDCJ for the next 5 to 8 years?
Yeah. Well, we can reserve that issue. That's fine.
I mean, I just don't see any reason why we need to discuss the issue, since it doesn't look like, according to information from their website, he's going to be out for at least 5 to 8 years.
Honestly, I don't even understand why this case is even being looked at, considering that the father is in prison.
Go ahead.
No, that's fine. I'll reserve it.
Ms. Hawkins, I've just placed on the screen a copy of the information, inmate information details report from TDCJ. Is it okay if I look at this information?
Oh, yes, sir. I'm not really worried about it, but you can.
State's Exhibit B is admitted into evidence.
Thank you, Your Honor. Now, how is Kyson currently covered for insurance?
He receives Medicaid.
Okay. And You said that Mr. Jackson has been in and out of jail since how often in the last 4 years has Mr. Jackson been incarcerated?
He's been incarcerated. When I first got pregnant with Kyson back 6 years ago, he got out when Kyson was 3. So he was in there till Kyson was born till he was 3. And he got out for, I believe, a year. So 6 months to a year, I'm really not sure. And then it's like he went back in within a few months.
Okay. Looks like he might have gone back in there in April of 2019, according to the TCJ records.
Is that a question, Miss Overstreet?
Bless you.
I think I was thinking out loud, Judge. I'm trying to count back 4 years.
Refrain from thinking out loud and direct questions at your witness.
Okay, thank you, Judge. Are you asking for any kind of back child support for the small amount of time that he was not incarcerated in the last 4 years?
No, ma'am.
Okay, all right.
You know what I never understand about these folks is they won't stop having kids. Even after she made the decision to get pregnant by a guy that's been in and out of jail, she's low income, getting assistance. You would think that she would get her life together, get in a stable relationship before she decided to have another child. But no, she's still pushing out kids.
Thank you, ma'am. I have nothing further, Your Honor.
Call your next witness.
I have no other witnesses.
And let me guess, the father of those kids are no good too.
Hey, Miss Hawkins, do you
Yes,
have
sir.
any questions or comments about this case before I make a ruling?
No, not really.
Okay. I promise this is going to be a pretty simple ruling, Miss Hawkins, because it really looks like he's going to be in the penitentiary for a while. Okay.
Yes, sir. And I just wanted, that proof for him because he really has been resenting Kyson, for so long. He's been resenting Kyson for so long.
Right.
And he has his proof now. I really don't want anything from him because he's a violent person,
Ma'am, he was a violent person before you met him.
She beat me to it. Pink book beat me to it. The men are always violent. And listen, violent women like to date violent men. Okay, non-violent women like to date non-violent men. Oh boy. He's violent and he's toxic.
So why do you choose him to have a baby with? And why did you file a child support case just to take a DNA test? You could have taken a DNA test outside of court.
Thank you.
You know why she did it? She didn't want to pay for it and she wanted to pass the cost on to somebody else because there's no way that he's going to be able to pay court costs and he's in prison. So that's one of many reasons why she's here right now.
So,
right. Well, we're not going to get anything from him because he's in TDC and I can't order people that are in the penitentiary to pay child support.
Yes, sir. I wasn't worried.
Of course, going to find the court has jurisdiction. Of course, going to find based on the testimony of
interesting. Next child support when you're locked up.
Ms. Hawkins. It is not in the child's best interest to name the parties as joint managed conservators. I'm going to name Ms. Hawkins as the sole managed conservator of Kyson. Mr. Jackson will be a possessory conservator. I'm going to reserve the issue of visitation. That'll be addressed upon the release of Mr. Jackson from GDCJ. I'm going to order Ms. Hawkins to maintain the current health insurance that she has on the child. Mr. Jackson is confirmed to be in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice. He's going to be there for at least the next 180 days. Therefore, child support in this case will be 0. Medical support in this case will be 0. Any request for retroactive child support in this case is denied. Mr. Jackson has effectively been in jail since right around the time this child was born. A very short window of time that after Kyson was born that he wasn't, but no retro child support. Court costs will be paid by Mr. Jackson, but I'll give him until May 31st of 2023 to pay my court costs. Ms. Overstreet, does that take care of all the issues before me today?
What about geographic restriction? Yes or no?
No.
Okay.
No. I mean, this child's 6. Yeah, this child's 6. He's in Huntsville. I'm not going to restrict her where she lives.
Okay, I just needed a ruling.
No, you're right. And I have it written down. I just forgot to enunciate it.
So the mother wasn't granted child support here because the father is in prison. The judge didn't order him to pay any child support or medical support, but one thing that was established was paternity, and the Attorney General's office paid for that test. The judge did order the father to pay court costs, so that bill will still be waiting for him whenever he's released. He'll also have the Attorney General sending him a bill for that paternity test, which is what the mother was really interested in here in the short term, because the father was denying the child was his. Her solution for that was to call down to child support court, and guess who's really footing the bill for all of this? Taxpayers are basically paying for paternity tests for these baby mamas and pookie baby daddies, no different from the child's Medicaid, her health care, housing, food, and other assistance that she's receiving. This is how she's able to continue to have these kids out of wedlock. Now, her baby daddy has been a problem for a while. He's 27 years old now in the state. He's currently locked up for an incident that happened in 2019.
Crime alert. Prosecutors and defense attorneys are trying to agree on a jury to hear a Beaumont murder case. Prosecutors say Tristan Jackson shot and killed 43-year-old Daryl Howard.
Now in the state of housing, food, and other assistance that she's receiving. This is how she's able to continue to have these kids out of wedlock. Now, her baby daddy has been a problem for a while. He's 27 years old now in the state. He's currently locked up for an incident that happened in 2019.
Crime alert. Prosecutors and defense attorneys are trying to agree on a jury to hear a Beaumont murder case. Prosecutors say Tristan Jackson shot and killed 43-year-old Daryl Howard early on Easter morning back in 2019. That shooting near the intersection of Concord and Delaware. Jackson reportedly confessed to police after they arrested him. A second suspect was later released without facing charges.
Back on Easter in 2019 early morning, Daryl Howard, an innocent man, lost his life just after 2 a.m. in the parking lot of a lounge. Tristan Jackson was in the same location getting food. He told investigators that he opened fire because he saw a man that he had ongoing issues with. He told them that Daryl was not the target. Daryl Howard was rushed to the hospital where he underwent emergency surgery, but he did not survive.
Yeah. This is the violent baby daddy that she chose. Wow. Now the kid, the 6-year-old kid father, is in prison for murder. Oh God, he or she, the kid, I don't know what, is it a boy or girl, but it has to live with never meeting or seeing their dad again, ever. You know, that's gonna weigh a lot. I went across the stats. Single parent homes, and when the mother or father is addicted to drugs or alcohol in prison, man, the kid, like you just creating a king bond. If it's a boy, you're creating the worst type of bone cliche if it's a girl. Man, it's crazy, man. Cycle is just ridiculous. And I got a bone with indigenous black men and those want to talk about other shits. They do. Fix your baby mama issue, man. Your baby daddy issue.
Unfortunately, Daryl left behind his wife and his kids. Tristan was first charged with murder, but he accepted a plea deal for a lesser charge and was instead convicted of manslaughter and sentenced to 15 years in prison. He's been in prison for almost 4 years now, and his expected release is set for a date in 2025, according to the Texas Department of Corrections. Even before this incident, though, Tristan had other incidents, so the mother's statement in court saying that they knew he was violent, that's where this is coming from.
That's facts, decent.
And I'm saying he's been this way for years, even before she had a baby by him. But not only did she choose to have a baby by a man that was not her husband, look at the type of man that she chose to do it with. They love saying it's none of our business, or women want to have fun and date who they like. Well, it is our business because they make these decisions and have these kids that all of us are having to pay for. And then they grow up and become a nuisance to the community, so we end up paying multiple times over. Why do these women lay up with these men and then try to hold
up? The sons end up being like this. The sons end up being 27 years old and getting locked up for murder, manslaughter. And now you got the kids even younger. The drill rap scene, 13, between 13 and 19.
Everyone else accountable except for themselves. Special thank you to Thaddeus. I appreciate you, Thaddeus, for all of your support.
Levante Shannon.
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Allie Zend on behalf of the people.
Can you hear me? Can everybody hear me?
Assistant
Yes.
Public Defender Hannah Apple appearing on behalf of Mr. Shannon. Mr. Shannon, will you state your name for the record?
Judge Simpson.
Levadney Shannon. Levadney Cedric Shannon.
That's a crazy ass name.
Okay. What are we doing today?
Your Honor, today's date and time, we are asking for an adjournment. Mr. Shannon has completed an inpatient treatment recently, so I'm asking for documentation from him so that we can further discuss negotiation with the prosecutor's office.
And Your Honor, before we set a date, I did want to make the court aware that he's had multiple missed tests as well as positive tests from August 12th until September 10th. Which is very concerning to the people, given that this is an OWI third in which the BAC was 0.188, and he's had numerous previous OWIs.
And also, just so that you know, he's probably going to repeat what he put in the chat, which he probably shouldn't have put in the chat.
I saw that, Your Honor.
Yeah.
Can I say one thing?
I saw the
didn't-
distress on your face.
Yeah.
Mr. Shannon?
I had no idea because the scrambler, it was non-alcoholic beer. That's what it said, non-alcoholic. So I'm on naltrexone. I can't, this right here is a blocker. You can't get drunk on it. So I was just drinking for the taste of beer. We were barbecuing and
Yeah, I don't know if I agree with courts trying to get addicts and alcoholics from alcohol and drugs. I disagree with that. Like, they're an addict for a reason. They're alcoholic for a reason. If they can get off or get away from alcoholism, some people would do it more often. And if drug addicts can get off drugs, I believe that would be done more often. They're alcoholics and drug addicts for a reason. I mean, most likely they can't get off the drug and alcohol. So I disagree with the courts locking addicts and alcoholics up when they turn back to alcohol or drugs, only if they behind a vehicle or certain things like that. They should be in trouble for, but simply just in their home indulging in drugs or alcohol, I don't think they should be punished for that because they're addicts and alcoholics. Like, what else would you expect? But that's just my thoughts on that.
things like of that nature. And I was just only drinking.
Your Honor, if I
you
may.
might want to jump in here, Miss Apple.
Yes, Your Honor. So the information that Mr. Shannon did put in the chat, Your Honor, I would ask for some consideration considering this confusion on it. Mr. Shannon.
Confusion on what?
I didn't know that non-alcoholic beer contained alcohol because I was on the scrambler and it never came up.
Mr. Shannon.
Huh?
Your Honor, it would be concerning as when he did test positive, he was at a 0.027, 0.021, 0.020, 0.016, and so on.
If the court would allow.
The legal limit, don't get me lying, I think it's 0.08, like 8%. Let me see. I was right. God damn, I'm good.
Allow Mr. Shannon one final opportunity, he would report for a
To do
strand
what,
tether
drink?
to
No,
to
I'm
not to
done.
prove to the court
I
that
threw it
he
all out.
is. Your Honor, I request on behalf of my client one final opportunity now that it is very clear that he is not to consume even non-alcoholic beer, as there may be alcohol in it, and be placed on a scram tether.
Yeah, no cap. I didn't know non-alcoholic wine and beer had alcohol in it. That I'm straight up. I bought that before. I did not know it still had alcohol. That is crazy. That is crazy. It's called non-alcoholic beer, not alcoholic wine, and it has alcohol. But I guess that's how they're able to get the same taste. I guess I always wonder how they were able to do that. But that's interesting. I didn't know that either. So get a goddamn break.
And that I can get the documentation regarding the treatment program. He did inform me that he completed a 30-day in treatment at Brighton Recovery Center and provide that to the court and to the prosecution.
Oh, I need a copy of the report because I don't have the report from community correction. This is one of those times that maybe if the client hadn't started talking, you'd get your wish, Miss Apple, but I don't think so. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pass the matter. Can prosecutor or the public defender send to Miss Weidling a copy of his report, and then I'll call this case back up. We'll deal with this bond issue in the adjournment.
Understood.
Sort of pass it.
There you are. Please state your name.
Lavatni Cedric Shannon.
I'm looking at this bond violation report, and my concern is I don't have a report before this one, I don't think. It rained on 8/8. Yeah, because he was arraigned on 8/8. This is really the first violation report. And from August through now, well, because he didn't appear on August 17th. Well, we didn't get the report, but here's my problem with.
Oh, damn, I did see a notification so I know that Unc is supposed to debate today. And I totally forgot. I mean, he didn't really give a time. I actually got the video up still, or I might take it down. But I was watching, like, I clicked the link. I was watching, like, some guy was rapping, some, I don't know, Jamaican or some was rapping for a long ass time. So I'm like, I muted it, and I was like, I come back to it, and I came back to it. Just I netted talking, like, I don't know, a lot of time passed. So, it wasn't like clear what time the debate would take place. So, I don't even know the topic. What is it? I mean, let's see if I never even placed the topic. Let's see. See, it says tonight is the night. Will there be enough? So I click that, and like, what is the topic of the debate?
He can't even. The question, Sekou? I said.
So I know that Will flagging. So let me get out of there. Yes, I guess I'll play this last one. Call it a night.
Is what I'm seeing here. On August 12th, after his arraignment, he gets to an 026, then misses his scheduled retest on that August 12th day. We go 2 days later. Well, on August 14th, he blows a 0.066. Then it slowly goes down, so he then blows a 6.7, a 3.7, 0.37, and that's on the 14th. Then don't really have any incidents, although we do. Then on the 14th, he finally got down to an 0.4, but that actually went up. on that day. Then that's on the 14th. Then we come down to September 8th, and he's missing other tests, but his makeup tests are showing negative. But then we get to September 8th, when he blows an 021, an 020, and a 0.16.
021. Yeah, that's more than double. Yeah, dude, that's not non-alcoholic wine. That's not non-alcoholic beer. Like, you're drinking alcohol. Like I said, I really wouldn't punish people who are not behind the wheel that has an alcohol problem. I really, or drug addict problem. I really, as long as they're not a person with a CDLs, or their driver's license should be like, that should be it. Like, we suspend your license when you test positive, for alcohol, or the drug, where they can't drive, but to lock them up, that's just crazy. I just don't see the point if they have an abuse, if they are addicts. I just don't see it.
Then on the 10th, he blows an 041, and then subsequent.
Did he say 041? That's 5 times. I mean, I still don't think he should be locked up. I think he should not be able to drive. Damn, 5 times the legal limit. Oh boy, yeah, he got a real problem. I don't, going to jail ain't the answer. Maybe shut down the hours of some of the liquor stores. They only open up maybe 3 o'clock, and they gotta close. Like, what I mean, give them like 5 hours. Oh well.
Test for alcohol thereafter, showing that, and then later on the 10th, he missed a scheduled retest, but then later on the 10th, he's blowing numbers. Now, am I to understand that all of that is from Bud Zero? Is that the defendant? Hold on. Oh, whoa. And Mr. Shannon, let me just tell you, been doing this a long time, so you might want to think before you start answering me.
Okay.
Am I to understand that all of that's from Bud Zero?
Some of it's from O'Doul's, Bud Zero. I drink Heineken Zero, but I'm on naltrexone. So even if I was drinking alcoholic beverages, it wouldn't, you know what I mean? So it would defeat the purpose. I was just drinking because I'm around people that drink.
I didn't ask you all that.
Yeah. Well, yes, it is.
And you're saying it's from O'Doul's, Bud Zero, and what else?
And what? O'Doul's, sometimes it's Heineken Zeros. I drink a ton of them. And I didn't know, because when I was on the scrambler, it never appeared. It never showed dirty. It never showed dirty. It only shows dirty on this machine. This machine is super sensitive. I didn't know it. I didn't understand the technology.
Mr. Shannon?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Your Honor.
You blew an 06, a 0.06.
God damn, yo. Yo, I thought the 40 was bad. Yes, 8 times. Yo, nobody can get that. How can anybody blow that? Like, and not be dead or in the hospital? 8 times. Wow, that is remarkable.
6.
Sir, yes, sir, Your Honor.
You blew an 06, a .06.
Yeah, and I looked it up on the website when after I talked to my attorney, Miss Apple. I looked it up.
Okay, so Mr. Shannon,
Yeah.
I'm going to stop you right now because you already may have talked yourself into jail, but you're not helping yourself
Okay.
at all.
Okay.
But I'm going to give you an opportunity at least to speak with your client. I'm going to adjourn this matter to our 3:00 block with the bond hearings. I might suggest to you that between now and then that you get whatever affairs you need to get in order.
Okay.
The first thing you probably ought to get in order, and you can have that conversation with Ms. Apple, is you might want to get your story in order to me. I don't, I realize people mess up. I get
Yes,
it.
sir.
But the thing I hate more than that is when people lie to me.
I understand that.
I'm just going to leave it right there. We'll see you at 3:00.
Clarify, is that in person at 3:00? Or is that via Zoom?
Hang on a second. We had a kid, but we'd like him in person.
Understood. Thank you.
Thank you.
I gotta find the bus schedule. I gotta find a way to get there. I don't
Right,
have one.
Pastor. Well, we can provide transportation if you have a problem. I don't think you want us to do that.
Huh?
Nothing.
Mr. Shannon,
All
you
right.
can call her
Thank
off.
you. We'll
Thank you.
agree. Of the people of the state of Michigan versus.
He said we could provide transportation. I don't think he wants to do that. Talking about the cops coming to get him from missing court. Arresting his dumb ass on a bench warrant, I'm supposing. Wow. Interesting.
This is Shannon, Levante Shannon.
Allie Zend on behalf of the people.
Assistant Public Defender Hannah Apple appearing on behalf of Mr. Shannon. Mr. Shannon, can you state your name for the record?
Labotny Shannon, can you hear me?
Oh, this 3:00. Oh, he sounded like a little tipsy.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
All right. This was originally set, and I had.
Oh, let me set this AC on for the baby. He ain't go to sleep, but unless it's freezing cold, damn, it's snowing. I be having the heater on, so I close it.
Indicated that Mr. Shannon needed to come in person, but I think there may have been some transportation issues, which he won't have until 4:30, at least we are informed. So I've allowed him to appear for the purposes of this hearing via Zoom.
Okay.
All right. So
I love her.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry, Miss Apple.
No, I didn't apologize for
Yeah,
interrupting,
leave.
but I want to thank the court for allowing that. Mr. Shannon is currently in Detroit, so he informed me that he would not have transportation until 4:30 today. So I do appreciate the court's courtesy in that. I did have an opportunity to speak to Mr. Shannon after the previous court hearing and was able to get some additional information from him. He would admit today to the violation. He informed me that he was consuming 20 to 30 beers a day of the O'Douls, which contain 0.5% ABV. And so he would admit to consuming that alcohol and understands that that is a violation of his bond, which resulted in multiple positive tests at this time.
Okay, I get that. Let me just say this, because it is about a 12 10 to 12 can ratio of the non-alcoholic to the alcoholic beer. Problem with that whole analysis is, while he may have been consuming that amount, and I'm not going to go into great detail on this, because of the elimination rate of a human being, for him to get to that level, he would have had to consume those 10 to 12 in the time it would have taken to do one beer. Yeah, I don't think that happened. That's a lot. But I'll accept the admission to the violation. While I still don't believe what he's indicating in terms of how that happened, but I'll accept the admission to the violation. Did we set a new date on this yet? No. What I will do is well, Ms. Apple, what were the parties intending on doing with this case?
Your Honor, I was seeking an adjournment to get some documentation of treatment that Mr. Shannon completed in discussion of potential resolution or waiving this matter to circuit court.
Well, Mr. Shannon, anything you want to do before I sentence you on the violation?
No, sir. Just that if I give sentenced to some time, I would turn myself in Monday or Sunday night to the county jail.
Well, I'm going to order that the defendant, before I sentence him on the violation, the defendant, you're to surrender to the Washtenaw County Jail by 6 p.m. this evening. Or a bench warrant will issue for your arrest with no bond.
Okay. Would it be okay with you if I did it Sunday night though? Because I just got one
No,
thing.
sir. No, Mr. Shannon, I don't have a
one
problem giving people some leeway.
And that's what I'm asking for. I got something really important I got to do tomorrow.
Mr. Shannon, I'm going to advise you to let the judge finish his direction.
I don't mind, and I'll just say this, Mr. Shannon. I told you that I get people that they slip up. I get.
Yeah, this judge, you can't, you violate that alcohol. I watched a couple of his stuff. He does not play, man. You are going to jail. This white woman was crying. Very hilarious. Sad, but hilarious. But she, again, was alcoholic. But they gonna lie. And that's where he don't provide any leniency once you start lying. And he warned the guy, been doing this for a long time, don't lie. And the judge, you gotta imagine, like, this is what he does. Like, you're an alcoholic court, I guess. He probably seen 1,000 of these cases, man. He heard it all.
Get that things happen. Exactly. And I'll be able to deal with people when that does. Mm-hmm. But what I don't like is when something happens and people are lying to me. I think you were lying to me when you were first here. Yeah. I think that then through your counsel, but I understand she's advocating for you. Mm-hmm. I don't think you're telling the whole truth in terms of your consumption of alcohol. You could not put 20 to 30 beers in the time it takes for one beer to get into your system because your body can't hold it, and then you're going to be eliminating that alcohol that you're putting in. It doesn't make any sense.
Mr. Simpson,
you can shake your head all you want. You're lying to me. You're shading the truth. 6 p.m. today. Do you understand me? I'm done talking to you. Or a bench warrant will issue without bond. Ms. Apple, would you like me to then set this for next week or 2 weeks out?
Your Honor, if it could be set for next week, please. Thank you.
Next week, I'll set probable cause conference September 21st, 2023, 9 a.m. Thank you.
No, say eyes, no. Nose, mouth, mouth, nose, mouth, nose, 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 nose. Let me see if I'm still on. Eyes, eyes, eyes. All right, I'm still on. All right, so go check out the big nose, 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 nose. What's that? Eyes, eye, where ear? Where ear? Where ear you be? Where ear? Okay, so check out the debate. It's still going on. We out here. Thank you.